And welcome to Coach's Corner. Kevin Turner along with head coach Bruce Rollinson. Happy to have you along as we approach the semifinals. Mater Day and my alma mater. Those fighting Griffins, baby, coming to town to the Santa Ana Bowl. And this reminds me of going back to 94, 95 with some of those great rivalries you had with John Barnes and Kevin Federick and that whole wide receiver crew. And it was that semifinal that launched you guys. You know, it was a nip and tuck game, and I believe it was Elliot Richardson caught an onside kick. And one of those three stripers that you never hear about that made a big impact in a big game, and you guys went on to win your first national championship. The next week you played back at the Big A, back-to-back weeks at the Big A, and you beat Bishop Amat 28-21 for your first national title. Those are fun memories for me, Coach.
Yeah. You know, we saw the evolution of high school football, and John was responsible for that. He spread it. We're pounding on the I formation with Joey Trampush,
Stephen Bodner.
Yep, exactly, the bots. But you know, and I tell people, okay, Los Al, 32,000 people at Anaheim Stadium. The following week, you got 38,000. High school football was becoming big, and Fox was, broadcasting, and it was big. And it is kind of, here we go again. The Griffins and the Monarchs. And I think the Bowl's going to be electric Friday night. And my kids are ready. I mean, this is what you build for. My coaches are excited. I all year long, the older guys, we talk about the tournament. I don't know why we call it the tournament. And, like I said at the coaches meeting Sunday, all right, boys, there's 4 big boys left. We got to get to 2.
I think it's pretty cool that you've got the public-private thing going on with Mission Viejo, Chad Johnson, and his former boss, Jason Negro. There's a story in and of itself there. And then you guys with this old school rivalry with Los Al. It couldn't be a better matchup in the semifinal. It's must-watch TV this Friday night.
Well, that's what we hope. I was excited when it got picked up on national television, because that's the story behind the story is tremendous. It is. It's weird because here we go 20 years later in the same 2 schools. And I'll tell you, Fenton, he's done a great job over there. And they're a good club. We better bring our A game or there's going to be a lot of broken hearts on that stadium floor. Yeah,
Malachi Nelson, one of the top, I think he's 1 or 2, depending upon who you read or who your favorite online reporter is, but he's way up there. 24/7 Sports, going to USC with his battery mate Makai Lemon. But what I was impressed with against Long Beach Poly, they got a great running game too.
Yes. We're going in like we always do, stop the run. They have the zone concept down well. It's a young offensive line that they feature, but they get off the ball well. They get to the second level well. And you mentioned Malachi. Well, I got a kid named Elijah Brown, and I'm in his ear. Okay, Malachi's got 75 stars next to his name and driving a Mercedes, and I got Elijah that just kind of just does his thing. So who's going to be the best one? At the end of Friday night, Don't sell Elijah Brown short. All you got to do is turn on the TV in Southern Cal. That's where the talent is in my eyes.
All right, when we come back, we're going to visit with Brandon Baker, and we're also going to visit with
Chuck McDonald,
number 20, defensive back on the other side. And welcome back to our players segment on Coach's Corner. Kevin Turner along with number 73 right tackle Brandon Baker to my immediate left, and then Chuck McDonald, the young sophomore speedster wearing number 20, shut down corner. Gentlemen, thanks for joining us. And Brandon, I'll start with you first. I mean, you've got a great quarterback. Mm-hmm. He gets all these accolades. He's got great proficiency, but when you roll the tape, he's got a clean pocket, and you and your offensive line mates do a great job giving him a clean pocket. Talk about technique and the dedication it takes to pass protect in the Trinity.
All right, just coming to practice each and every day, ready to work, and feed off each other. That's really what we try to do. And we got a great group of O-line with BJ Tolo leading us, alongside DeAndre Carter, Sione Tohi, and Domu.
So there's a lot of athleticism, a lot of speed coming off the edge, and you're the right tackle. So you've got to deal with very quick and adroit linebackers, speed rush guys. And so how much emphasis in the offseason do you place on technique, footwork, and hand placement? Essential,
definitely essential. A must to come in every offseason ready to work, along with now being able to focus on my technique each and every practice.
At what point in the week do you have that I got this guy and I know exactly what I need to do?
I'd say definitely a little later in the week, about Wednesday, Thursday. We're preparing all the looks that the defense is giving us, great service looks each and every week. So being able to go into the game prepared for what we face in practice is definitely a great thing to have.
Chuck, I'm going to throw it over to you, young sophomore, man. You're going to have your hands full this week. You've got this, 5-star, benzo, high-profile quarterback with Malaki Nelson and Makai Lemon. They've got a good running game to complement it. So your thoughts in terms of mental preparation, the mental reps that you're taking this week?
I just been watching film, studying the playbook, what routes they do and what formations and all that in bunch, like what combinations they do in bunch and all that. So I just been watching film and just studying that.
How important is it to be able to every week in one-on-one and Indo go against Marcus Brown, Marcus Harris, Jordan Inouye? You've got some unbelievably talented receivers here at Mater Dei. How much confidence does that give you going into this week's game, knowing that you're covering the best each and every week out at practice?
It's really good. They give me work every day in practice. During one-on-ones, it's competitive with them. So they get me better each and every day.
So you guys are kind of wrapping up the semester. You're hyper-focused on football. How do you manage, and I'll start with you, Chuck, academics? And I know you guys commute out to the Inland Empire. Do you use that time wisely when you're traveling back and forth? All the IE guys, we commute on a van. So during that, in the morning, I might go on my iPad and do some school work. And that's just how I just manage it, like on the way to school and on the way back. So I was scrolling around on athletic.net, and I'm a track guy, and I know that you love running track, and you've got some really quick, twitch muscle and straight ahead speed, and I'm excited to come out and watch you run track. Are you looking forward to track season and going over there to Coach Martinez right after football's over?
Yep. The 4x1 team, I'm excited because last year we didn't do too good in CIF. So me and Nate, we gonna be ready for the next track season, the next 4x1.
And that's Nate Frazier.
Nate Frazier,
running back Nate Frazier. So you've got a score to settle. You're getting fired up for track. That's awesome. What about, do you do any throwing or anything like that, or just back to the weight room, back to the grind, right?
Yes, sir.
So tell me about your academics. What's kind of the focus? What are you thinking about doing after football's over with?
Right, I just really try and stay focused and locked in on the present, being able to maximize the time I'm given. I'm trying to stay on top of my work and whatnot. Just after football season, really just continue doing so. I'm trying to read each and every day and stay hard in the weight room. Perfect.
So I'm looking at, like, you've got these gold and green shoes on. Is that like a precursor of what might be to, and now he's just a junior, but he's got letters, he's got offers from the top 25 around America. So how do you manage, the recruiting, school, spiritual, football, staying present? How do you put it all together and make it all work?
All right, all through the grace of God, having great group of people around us, alongside Coach Rollo. That's really helped set the foundation on my morals and what I need to get done.
Outstanding. I like it. Do your job, play for the guy next to you. Pride, poise, and courage. Good luck, boys.
Yes, sir.
Thank you.
Chuck McDonald, Brandon Baker. We'll be back with head coach Bruce Rollinson to wrap this one up. And we want to welcome you back to our final segment of Coach's Corner as we get prepped and we summarize this whole deal going into the semifinals. But before we do that, Coach, I want to say congratulations for 34 amazing years here at Mater Dei. Obviously, you announced that, this is going to be it. You're doing the Irish exit. I love the strategy for a number of reasons. One, you don't want to protract it and it becomes just an S show next year with your last year. That gets way too carried away. And then number two is that you've got sophomores and freshmen and juniors all coming back. So for the next coach who you'll help hire and vet and do the interview process, which is pretty exciting, at some point it was going to happen. But why not go out essentially on top of your game?
Well, nobody, everybody's, well, why didn't you do it in February? Why didn't you do it at the start of the season? Why didn't you do it immediately after the end of the season? Okay, why don't everybody mind their own business and let me do what I do? There's always a method to my madness.
I know what it is.
And part of that method is that, I want to be involved and I'm not going anywhere.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll be here. The school has been extremely generous and has given all kinds of options and food for thought of what, and there's other things on the outside that I'm excited about. Am I emotional? Yeah, but what I'm doing, Kevin, is I'm channeling my emotion into my coaching. And I've coached hard the last, since I made the announcement. And am I going to sit here and tell you that when I take that last look at the field at the bowl, I'm not going to feel a lot of emotion. I'm going to get my family down there, and there's no, how do you do it? There's no book that says, okay, when you're getting ready to retire, do the following things. No, I just, like I say, there's a method to my madness, and there's plenty of time, in postseason to start to put the succession plan in place and also talk about it in depth. Right now, the only thing I care about, and I'm channeling my emotions into, is the 22 playoffs, the experience for my players. But, I go back to the two players. You asked a question of Brandon Baker, and I'm going to expound. Brandon Baker, in between every rep, in between every period, he's doing quick drops. Okay, he's doing steps. He keeps trying to get better and better, and that's why he's a force. That's why he has every major college in the nation after him. Chuck is so raw, he has no idea how good he's going to be. And you said it. That is the new high school corner and college corner. Long, fast, great hands, and just, I'm telling you, Chuck, you didn't see it here, but I'll tell you what, when he puts the stripes on, he's got that cockiness and that arrogance that you need to play on an island, and he's able to block it out. I love those two players we just had. I love all my players.
Well, it's been just a tremendous run, and also we want to thank our friends at Hook or Crook and also Bear Paint for hanging in there with us the last 2 years as we went through COVID with a lot of challenges, but we right-sided this thing, and you've got it right back where it belongs, at the very top of the heap. And Coach, congratulations, man. I love you.
I love you, man.
And it's just been so much fun being a part of this, going back to that 94 season.
Yeah.
That was our first year on the air.
On the air, baby.
AM 1190.
The blowtorch.
Yeah, KORG, yeah.
It's fun.
All right, Coach,
but
take us out.
You know what, Kevin?
All right, we'll let you finish here.
We're not done.
No, not at all.
And I might become a Bear Paint spokesman.
That's what I got a call from Jeff Philly. He says, "Hey, what's going on with my paint salesman?" I go, "What are you talking about?" He goes, "Coach Rollinson."
And then my guy Healy at Hook and Crook. We're blessed to have this. We're blessed to be able to do this. Andrew Roberts, who's on the other side of the wall producing this, and Melissa getting it organized. Melissa Higgins. Football ops, it's a team effort, and that's the way it's done at Mater Dei. It's a team effort. But yeah, I'm going to send it out, and I'll tell you what, we have a home game. The home field advantage means you've got to get to the home field. I'm challenging you. Pack that side of the bowl and let's rock this thing. It's on Friday night. Rock and roll, baby. See you Friday night.
For the coach, I'm Kevin Turner. Griffins, Monarchs, Friday night at the Bowl.